Einstein said that you can't solve a problem out of the same consciousness that created the problem. The psychological problems, or many of them that are there, and the emotional problems, we do not know how we created them in the first place. We just know most of the time that they are there, because they are created unconsciously. We are not aware that we are in fact creating these problems, or these bad emotions for ourselves. Therefore, we can't unconsciously try to solve them with our subconscious mind. That is where they were created in the first place. If you watch till the end, you will see that there's a great solution to the problem. So, stay tuned and let's find it together, because that is what I am busy with myself, and I am getting wonderful results. I don't think that anyone is teaching us how we have created our own problems. Did we learn any of this at school? No, most certainly not. In school we learned to be intelligent, which was measured by our IQ. And we learned to memorize things on a number of subjects, which are for most of us, let's say, useless information. We may wonder or have wondered how I will ever make use of this kind of knowledge. So then, after school, there's either college, university, or a job. We either settle down and get comfortable with where we're at, maybe too comfortable. And then some of us seek to find something more, and perhaps some of us at one point in our lives have had thoughts of, why are we here and what is the purpose of my being here on this planet we call Earth? Some people try to find out by listening to sermons in church or by other means, and they aren't really satisfied, if they are really truthful to themselves, once they step outside of the building or once they turn off the radio or TV. In my view, it is intellectuals that are the cause of all the suffering and all the misery and the weeping and gnashing of teeth in human beings throughout history. The question is, where do these feelings come from? At least over the last couple of years. Because it seems that the problems are just getting worse and more sophisticated and greater. I think it has to do with the schooling system that confuses us into thinking that our intellect is intelligence. Intellect, in fact, is just 1/16 of our intelligence. The schooling system rewards only one thing. In school we get rewarded for committing stuff to memory. Our identity then becomes based on our intellect, which can be extremely damaging to you. Nobody cares to recognize the years of effort you put in at school or college or maybe university. You may have heard that you are just a number, but let's not get into that. Now back to searching for what's our purpose and why we're here. There are a multitude of videos on YouTube that deal with what's our purpose and why we're here, and some of the content creators are genuinely, bona fide people who have learned from problems, mistakes, and failures in their lives, and know what they are talking about. But the bad news is that if you find and maybe latch onto any one of the fake, so-called gurus out there, to help you to solve the problems in your own life that you may be faced with, psychologically, spiritually, and mentally, will disappoint you at the end of the day. Each and every second person wants to teach you something, but, in the end, deep down, we all know, you have to find your own way of learning and tapping into your intelligence, and not your intellect. So, what is it when it comes to being happy or unhappy? All it really is, it's energy vibrations. Do you really understand energy? Because if we do not understand vibrations and energy and why it exists, then we may miss out on all the good things that life has to offer. There are countless random videos about quantum mechanics and quantum physics, and The Secret, which everyone is talking about like crazy. The keywords here are countless and random, which at the end of the day, leads to overwhelm. It is all just crazy overwhelm. But here is some great news for you if you have watched this video until now, and by the way, thank you for listening and watching. The good news is that you will find a link in the description and in the pinned comment underneath this video, if you're watching on YouTube, Vimeo, or even my own video platform called Wedio. If you decide to follow the link, because life is about choices at the end of the day, isn't it? You will find that I have put you in contact with someone who has done it all and has achieved so much in a relatively short time, a matter of just a few years, 7 years max. He basically caught up with and surpass the wealth of really wealthy people who spent their entire life trying to generate wealth within the system which most people are using currently to become wealthy. I have mentioned that life is about choices. You can choose not to by all means, you are welcome to make that one. But if you are willing to be open-minded about this, I would highly recommend that you click on the link and, who knows, you might thank me one day, for showing you, or pointing you to this path of prosperity, and learning about why we are here, and what it really means to be here on earth. I wish you all abundant life and absolute prosperity. See you in the next video about a better future and a better life for you and your loved ones. Sayonara.